Hey everyone, hope you're doing well and really growing and learning on your hoodoo journey. And today I want to talk to you about something that can definitely help you grow in your hoodoo power. And that's about certain waters and why waters are used in hoodoo. First, let me ask this. How many of you have experienced a good old-fashioned river baptism? If you did, consider yourself blessed because you've experienced a very ancient ritual that goes back to Africa. It's a carryover of some of our ancestral beliefs that are also prevalent in hoodoo. Now, here's what they don't tell you about baptism in the African American community. The white robes is not just for purity, it is symbolic of death. Don't be scared. Our ancestors associated the color white with death, the land of the dead, and the realm of the spirits. So during the early days of slavery, when our ancestors did baptisms, they didn't pray to Jesus. They prayed to the water. And they did this because they believed in the power and the spirit of water. The spirit of water washed away the old and it gave birth to the new. This practice goes all the way back to Western and Central African ancestors. But let's go deeper into why our ancestors held water to such a high regard in their spiritual practices, including hoodoo. Water is a powerful force of nature. It has the power to bring life into existence, or it can destroy life. And many of our ancestors' gods, their goddesses, and revered spirits are water spirits. These are water-based. So in hoodoo, water is associated, one of the main associations is protection. And it's represented by the color blue. And you can see this in the color haint blue, which I'm pretty sure you know about, that is used on the outside entryways of houses. You see this in the Carolinas, you see it in Georgia, some parts of Florida. I've even seen it down in southern Maryland. And you also see this power and protection of water association in the old hoodoo bluestone that is used to cleanse and to wash away spells. We also see it in the old hoodoo works, the blue power beads that our ancestors used in so many of their hoodoo works. But there's four purposes, main reasons that we use water in hoodoo. The first reason that we use water in hoodoo is to cleanse. We use it to consecrate and to sanctify a space or something. The second reason or purpose we use water in hoodoo is to bless, to increase, to grow and activate things. We use the life-giving properties of water to help manifest what we are desiring. The third way that we use water in hoodoo is to destroy spells and unwanted spirits. Nothing beats the power of water in destroying these things. It's the same, the fourth reason, with destroying our enemies. We use water to destroy our enemies. And notice I say destroy and not remove. Water is more powerful. It does more than just remove. Water sends spirits back to the land of the dead. Nothing can do that. And it breaks down and dissolves unwanted roots and spells, breaks these things down to nothing. Very powerful. And a lot of people, including many of our ancestors, used Florida water. It's very popular, and I know many of you use it. And I see it as a personal preference. More power to you. I don't use Florida water because historically it was never intended for us. When the perfumer who made this in the early 1800s, he did so for the white societies, the Victorian men and women, not for our enslaved ancestors. And another reason I don't like it is because it comes out of a manufacturing plant in New Jersey. I don't know whose energy is going into making that water. And I'm certainly not going to put those energies into any hoodoo works that I'm involved in. So that's why I say it's a personal preference. It might work for you, but I just don't feel the connection to it. Plus, making it yourself is fun. You can make a lot more for about the same price or less. And actually, here's a recipe for making your own homemade Florida water. In fact, I have 2 recipes. This first one is using essential oils, and you can adjust the amounts to suit your preference. This second one is using real citrus and herbs. You can adjust to suit your liking. Now, either one of these recipes can be increased so that you can make as much as you like or as little as you like. Now, there is a true hoodoo water, very powerful, way more better than Florida water, that I encourage you to make a part of your hoodoo inventory. It was the most used by our early African American hoodoo ancestors, and that is hoodoo holy water. You don't hear much about it because people can't really make a profit off of it. It's free. It's free. There are several ways to make hoodoo holy water. In old style hoodoo, there are only certain sources that you can use to make this holy water. You're either going to use rainwater, or you would use water from a blacksmith's forge, or water from a baptizing spot in a local river, lake, creek. All of these are considered sacred. Now, there's not too many blacksmiths around today, so it would be very hard, if not impossible, to use water from a blacksmith's forge. But you can look around in your area, find out if the churches in your area have conducted baptisms in a nearby river or lake or creek. Try to find the location where they did these baptisms and collect your water from that spot. That spot of water has been blessed many times and is considered holy. It doesn't matter if no one uses it today. If it was used in the past, even 100 years ago, that spot is still considered holy. Now, you can also use rainwater. Now, this requires a lot more work. You have to catch the rain before it hits the ground. It has to be caught in midair. It can't touch your roof. It can't touch a tree, a bush, grass, or your car, or anything. It has to go into your jar without touching anything. And it has to be collected during no thunder and before the sun shines, which means before the storm ends. And while you're collecting it in your jar, you can say the Lord's Prayer, or my preference is to say a personal prayer of blessing from your own spirit, from your own heart, over that water as it's going into the jar. And when you've collected what you need, put the lid on it and place it in your sacred space, on your altar or sacred ground, whatever you use. So you're going to save this holy water, this hoodoo water, and you're going to use it for special cleansings, not everyday small problems. You're going to reserve this holy hoodoo water for the big problems. And you're going to do cleansings. You're going to do blessings with this water. And uncrossing hoodoo work that might have been done against you or maybe your loved ones. And when you're uncrossing, be sure to pour the water in a steady stream downward over the hexed item. If you are cleansing yourself of spell work, you want to do the same as you would with any hoodoo bath and just use downward washing strokes. Now, I could go on and on, but I'm going to stop right here. I'm trying to keep these videos short. I hope this information has been helpful to you. I hope you certainly will take advantage of it and add the hoodoo water to your inventory. This is a necessity. If you have any questions, just contact me through my website, my contact page. And while you're there at my website, check out some of the items that I have for sale on eBay. So until we meet again, may you have a blessed and abundant hoodoo journey.